Welcome into the WaterBos. I'm Shake and Bake here with Divock and Rain Man. And guys, looking around the NFL right now, there's a conundrum in the Big Apple, the hottest football town in America, as no one has ever actually tried to call it. But the Jets and the Giants were supposed to go in two different directions this year. The Giants, a Super Bowl contender, the Jets, a contender for 0-16. And guys, one team's on a 3-game winning streak and the other team is 0-5. A lot of people would be surprised by who those two teams are with those two records. But what's your gut reaction when you look at these two New York teams?
Well, one team has Eli Manning and the other team has downtown Josh McCown. So obviously, we know which team is three. You said 3-2. The Jets are.
Yeah, the Jets are 3-2.
Wow,
they're on a 3-game win streak.
what is going on?
Like the death of the tank. The Jets were supposed to tank. It was tank for Darnold or Rosen, and they're blowing the tank.
As Larry David said, they should go for the Jew, Josh Rosen. But you know, I think Jets fans are mortified now because they were expecting to at least get top 3 pick, if not the top pick, and now they're 3-2. I mean, that won't hold up for the rest of the season. They haven't won against good teams.
Whoa! Nobody, and I mean nobody, tanks with downtown Josh McCown.
Nobody. But being an NFC East guy, I didn't see the Giants. The Giants were 8-3 last year in games under 8 points or less, in close games. Basically, they were going to regress to the mean, and I think that that they had a lot of lucky games last year. But I did not expect them to go 0-5. And now that OBJ, Brandon Marshall, potentially Sterling Shepard, and Dwayne Harris are out. All three of those for the year. Sterling Shepard, it doesn't know how long. They're not going to get any better. They're in effect tanking with no need for quarterback, at least at this juncture, and no offensive line and pretty much nothing. They have nothing right now, literally nothing.
They have nothing. They have no wins. That's for sure.
Yeah, no wins.
That goes along with nothing. I mean, the Giants assumed that because of how prolific or not necessarily prolific, but how effective their offense was last year, that they did not need to address the offensive line, and by just adding more weapons, they could make up for the lack of offensive line. But the problem is, they added Brandon Marshall, who's 33 and is not a downfield receiver and needs a little more time to finish his routes than he used to 5 years ago. Odell Beckham is either a quick slant or a deep ball. So if he's not covered short, you have to throw it to him. He's not good enough for running routes to consistently be open. And then you were betting on Evan Ingram and Sterling Shepard to just be your quick ball guys. But Eli Manning hasn't even had time to get to the quick ball guys. And the defense is doing as best it can, but their numbers are way down. Like you said, Rain Man, regressed to the mean, as well as they've just had to play every single freaking game so far.
Yeah, I mean, and when I was watching the Eagles-Giants game, Eli Apple was the MVP for the Eagles. The two disastrous pass interference plays. He's getting beat consistently, and he tries to make it up by holding. Landon Collins is not playing anywhere near the all-pro level he was last year. Olivier Vernon has lost a step. Jason Pierre-Paul is not playing up to the contract he just signed. There's a lot of pieces that just aren't playing up to the level they need to be in order for them to even be a 3-2 team, at all. Now it's just done. Their season's done. But
I think the most I mean, is the Giants' collapse more shocking than the Jets? I guess 3-2 record. Yes. I think there's too much hype. I think there's too much hype around the Giants, and they really weren't all that good last year. And they came in with a lot of hype. People were talking about them going to the Super Bowl potentially, it's a sleeper Super Bowl team. And I just think that's just like they were a victim of too much hype preseason, and I think next year they'll probably be post-hype sleepers. Everyone will count them out, and they will maybe do a lot better. But the Jets, what's so surprising about the Jets is, I mean, downtown Josh McCown, as much as I love my guy. His record over the last 3 years with the Browns and the Buccaneers, how many wins do you think he has over the last 3 years?
Very few.
Any guesses?
2,
5.
3.
Very few. He is 2-20.
Yep.
Before this season, over the last 3 seasons.
Also, the Jets literally shed every veteran contract they possibly had in an attempt to fail. The only veteran contract they couldn't shed was Matt Forte's because they just signed him the season before.
Mm-hmm.
And they got rid of Sheldon Richardson.
Hence veteran contracts. And they literally tried to lose and keep winning because of the Jets.
Tried to lose. But the thing was, when the Jets tried to win, they lost. So maybe this is just the opposite.
Yeah, that you just have to play with veteran rookie and veteran minimum salaries.
Right. So maybe the Jets figured out the key to winning. Try to lose. They can't do anything right.
The crazy
new NFL formula. It's the new money ball.
The new money ball. The crazy thing is that I saw was the Steelers, the Jets thrashed the Jaguars defense. Elijah McGuire and Bilal Powell combined for over 300 yards, and they didn't go to Le'Veon Bell against that Jags defense.
I know.
How do you do that?
I think we figured out from week to week in the NFL, things are so different. Like, one defense can look like complete shit one week, and the next week they look like this 85 Bears. Like, it's from week to week, it's so inconsistent that I don't really look at like, but Le'Veon should have ran for 3,000 yards because Bilal Powell and Elijah McGuire ran for 200-something yards against the Jaguars. But that doesn't work like that.
I know, but I'm saying, like, the Jets don't have a solid offensive line. They got rid of Mangold. They don't have – I don't know how they got Bilal Powell and Elijah McGuire, who's not a notable running back at all, to run for over 300 yards against a pretty good Jacksonville Jaguars defense. But like you said, it's kind of a reverse.
But Powell had a 75-yard run on a play.
And McGuire had a 69-yard run.
But the play, he had a 75-yard run. He thought he was tackled. The Jaguars thought he was tackled, and they let him go.
Right.
So it's kind of fluky. I mean, things like that happen in the NFL, though.
Right. But I'm just saying, regardless.
We also all have to remember that it's week 5.
It is week 5.
And that all these things will iron themselves out, except for the Giants, who will continue to get worse and worse and worse. Could the Giants legitimately go 0-16? Is that plausible?
No. They're not bad enough to go 0-16.
I need to look at their schedule again, but I think it could be possible. I don't think they'll be I don't think they will. But I think that they have a 3.6% chance at the top pick. And they actually went into the season with a 2.8% chance to win the Super Bowl, which is crazy. Like, an absolute
they won't go. They won't
go. They won't. But I'm saying if
the Browns are terrible.
Yeah, the Browns are terrible.
Browns are very bad.
Just remember, a team with Calvin Johnson went 0-16. Right. But that wraps it up for this New York edition of the WaterBos. Keep listening for more talk about the NFL, NBA, MLB, college football, and college basketball, all here on the WaterBos.